live there this morning with the president of the D.C. Police Union, Caroline.
Police Union, first of all, I know that this situation is changing, but what can you tell us so far this morning?
So we've spoken with the officers. We have 3 officers here. All 3 of them have been struck by gunfire. One of them was struck twice. Luckily, both of those rounds were absorbed by his ballistic armor. The other 2 officers were struck in the lower extremities. Pretty serious injuries, but thankfully non-life threatening. They have some serious recovery time, but hopefully they'll be back on the street soon.
Absolutely thankful that it's non-life threatening. What can you tell me about the situation this morning? What do you know? So obviously you said one of them got struck right here and the bulletproof vest pretty much saved his life.
That's absolutely right. I don't think he'd still be with us if he hadn't been wearing his ballistic armor. These are members of the Criminal Apprehension Unit. Their task was serving warrants on violent felons. That's obviously what they were doing today. I don't know the underlying circumstance of the warrant, but obviously whoever they were trying to apprehend wasn't too keen on that, decided to open fire on these officers, and that's the situation that they were struck in. The situation here is that we're short 500 police officers because of the City Council's Comprehensive Policing and Justice Reform Act, which completely eliminates police officers' rights and undermines their ability to do their job. For 4 years, we have tried to lobby them to repeal that piece of legislation. Right. They refuse to do so. They continue to pass this anti-police, pro-criminal legislation time after time. And until somebody wakes up and they stop acting like petulant children and actually pass some legitimate laws that allow us to do our jobs, these crime stats aren't going anywhere, and our officers are going to continue to be in this kind of danger.
And we talk about the omnibus crime bill and everything that the council has been doing over the last couple of years. Like you said, Mayor Muriel Bowser came out saying she needs the council to pass a law that allows D.C. police to recruit the best officers, retain the best officers, and that's sort of what you're speaking to right now.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. Right now, we're short 500 police officers. We run a deficit every year of police officers, and the candidate pool of people applying for these positions is very minimal. No one wants to work at a place where they're treated like garbage by their city council. And so I think what the mayor is trying to do is a positive thing. She's trying to actually get these laws changed so that we can hire police officers. We can't treat them with the respect they deserve.
Do you think this omnibus crime bill is going to help police officers? I mean, or is it going to put more pressure on them as well? Are they going to be able to do their jobs?
Well, I think the original version of the bill, which incorporated a bill that the mayor had submitted, which was originally called the Addressing Crime Trends Now Act, that was very helpful. That was very positive. Unfortunately, once the activists got their hands on it, they rewrote that bill, and a number of amendments were passed in the first reading, which eliminates all of the positive things that could have been done for these police officers. So once again, the City Council has decided to act in favor of the activists and in favor of the criminals, and decided to leave the victims and the police officers out of it.
3 officers shot in the nation's capital. We're so thankful that they're not, suffering from life-threatening injuries. But I mean, it just speaks sort of volumes about what's taking place in the district. And you mentioned about the council just sort of needing to really be on the side of police so that we can see something change.
Yeah, I mean, citizens need to stand up, and they need to call their council member, and they need to tell them to stop siding with these activists. They're still citing all of this anti-police rhetoric that we all heard in 2020, which we now know empirically has failed all of us and many other major cities. And it's time for them to repeal those measures that they thought were such brilliant ideas, and they just refuse to do it. And for whatever reason, logic escapes them. But we're here. We're going to be here for the police officers, and the police officers are going to be here for the citizens. We're going to go out. We're going to do our job. We're going to try to keep these neighborhoods safe as we can. It's just impossible for us to do our jobs under these kind of conditions that the council has created.
We appreciate you so much, Greg, for taking the time under these circumstances. So thank you so much. So again, we are live here at MedStar Hospital, about 30 minutes away from where that shooting took place. And we just confirmed that all 3 officers were transported here with non-life-threatening injuries. You said 2 of them got shot in the lower portion of their body, 1 in the top, and the bulletproof vest saved their life. You just heard from him. He's calling on the council to, in his words, stop treating police officers like garbage, or this is going to continue. So we just heard from him, and we're going to hear a lot more as this situation continues to develop. But for now, I'll send things back to you guys in the studio.